What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Austin, and I brought back the What to Build series, but this time we're going to be doing it on Forza Horizon 3, and that's the latest Forza. The first request was by one of my buddies on Xbox. He asked me to build a drift Maloo, so that is the first build, and that request came from Dark Angel 1986. Now, for the engine, well here, let's start with the conversions. With this stuff, I kept the stock powertrain, well, stock engine, they call it a powertrain. Stock drivetrain, because you don't want all-wheel drive, and we don't want that rhubar on the front. So, with that said, I went through, I did the race intake, the racing fuel system, race ignition, of course the race exhaust, race cams and valves, race engine block, race pistons compression, race positive displacement supercharger, race intercooler, and stock oil and cooling. You probably wonder why I did that. Just because of the fact that for 9 horsepower, it's really not worth putting on that much weight. So we just didn't put it on. And then I did the racing flywheel. Okay, and then for platform and handling, we got race brakes, race springs and dampers, race front anti and rear anti-roll bars. I did put the roll cage in it because it stiffens everything up for drifting, and the racing weight reduction because this thing is a boat. So then we went into here, we got the racing clutch, the race transmission, the race driveline, and the race differential. For tires, I kept the stock tire compound because you don't want too much grip. The front, I left the stock 255mm front tires. The rear tire width, I left that at the 275. And the rim style, I went with the Sport, I think it was. Yeah, the Speedline Corsa 2014s. They look pretty good on here. And I really never mess with the rim size, so the rim size is how that is. Keep them stock. The aero and performance, I did not do the front bumper or the rear wing because it's kind of pointless. So we're just gonna abandon that because I didn't change anything. But now when we go into tuning, I lowered the front tire pressure to 28.0 and I raised the rear tire pressure to 32.0. The gearing, I have the final drive at 3.49. I believe the rest of these I left alone, but you got first gear is 2.55, second gear of 1.70, third gear 1.40, fourth is 1.16, fifth 0.94, sixth 0.78. And then in the alignment, that's where quite a few of the changes were made. Negative 3.0 front camber and negative 1.0 rear camber. Now the toe, I left the rear at 0.0. At least I don't know if it started with toe or not, but I have it at 0.0. Front toe, I have 1 degrees out. And then the front caster, I have that at 5.0. Anti-roll bars, they're all the way up at 65, front and rear. Springs, ride height's all the way down, 3.2 for front, 3.6 for rear. Springs, we got 1,256.8 pound-inches in the front, so stiff. And then 1,028.3 pound-inches in the rear, so that's like sort of stiff, but not all the way stiff. Damping, it's got 15.5 in the front, 12.7 in the rear, 6.9 in the front for bump stiffness, and the 5.6 for the rear bump stiffness. Aero, we can't adjust. Braking, I left the braking pressure at 100% and put the balance at 55% toward the front, and fully locked the differential 100%. So now I think we're in Surfer's Paradise here, so we're just gonna do a little demonstration. We're gonna head down here to the take a trip down here to check out the parking spot, well, the parking lot where everybody likes to drift at. So we're gonna go down here and check that out. Love the sound of a supercharged V8, by the way. Oh, we're gonna go on past it, and we're just gonna rip the e-brake, spin it around, let the AI run into me. But yeah, here we're gonna hit up the parking lot. I'm just gonna run the little route that I usually run when I'm here, and then maybe we'll do some freestyle so you get a better idea. But here we got this. So I usually keep it tight here on the first corner. Hit third gear. Then you want to drift it through here. Hit second gear on the downshift, and then you're back at the entrance here. But sometimes I have to freestyle it and come out here. So we're just gonna freestyle it around the corners here. Of course, traffic car is always in the way. We all know how that is with Forza. And we're just gonna bring it back into the parking lot. And of course, cars are always in the way. So we're gonna go back into the parking lot, but now we're just gonna freestyle a little bit. Clip that curb there and threw the weight of the vehicle off. Now I play this game with simulation steering, so I'm not too sure what you guys prefer. I use simulation in the handling stuff, so this might drift a little easier for the guys on normal, but I'm not 100% sure what the main difference is there. I never really played with the normal steering model, so I mean, it drifts pretty smooth. I mean, you gotta give it the typical throttle control. I mean, a lot of the drift builds you find on the storefront, they're all, what do you say? They're all set up for like grip drifting, which I like more style and angle. Now, the only reason this Maloo will feel the way it does with the grip is because you gotta remember this thing is pretty heavy because it's a ute. So even though it's got like 900 horsepower supercharged V8 and stock tire compound, it's got a good amount of grip to it. But I mean, third gear, I tend to stay in like second, third, and sometimes depending on where you're drifting, you want fourth. Like right here, I'm in fourth. The supercharger helps, so I mean, if you really wanted to just try and stay in one gear, you'd probably try that. I mean, there I got a little drift tab there, but I mean, you get a little bit more grip in fourth, and it gets going a little bit better. We're just gonna switch this up a little bit. Here we'll hit fourth and come through here. Hit fourth again. The RPMs dip a little bit, but then it just gets going again. Ooh, hop from the curb. So I mean, it's not a bad drift build. I did tune it in this parking lot just because you can freestyle and get a good sense. I mean, it will take the road pretty good. So, I mean, if I come out here to the road and I just hit 4th gear, gotta correct it there so I don't run into the traffic cars. So, I mean, if we get, you can get pretty aggressive with this and hit the AI traffic cars if you want, but I usually don't like to do that. It just happens. But yeah, drifting Maloo. I will have the tune on the storefront if you don't want to sit there and do it all yourself. But yeah, there's the Drift Maloo for Dark Angel 1986. And in the next episode, we actually had a request for a 69 Camaro for drag racing. But in the future, I'm not just going to do it like the first request I get. I'm actually going to take your guys' comments from below and take whatever you requested and use that in future videos. So future episodes will be based on what you guys want. This is a viewer requested thing. So I will see you guys in the next video.